with y'all. Shit. I ain't gonna lie, it's not even that fucking cold. I don't even know why I'm wearing this winter jacket. My new one is coming, so it is what it is. But fuck all that though. Check this out. Straight up. This shit right here, what I'm about to talk about, to be honest, you know, people that are so-called famous, I guess, but the shit applies to what we go through dealing with regular women, so I'm gonna go ahead and speak on it. So we're gonna do it like this. So, you know, some stuff came up I happened to see a few days ago. It's this bitch that I think is fine as hell. This bitch bad, I ain't gonna cap. I low-key like this bitch, but I know I wouldn't be able to take a chick like her serious if I ever were to get a chance to date a chick like this. I couldn't take her serious, but I can obviously like try to talk her into sex. This bitch is fine as hell with who I'm about to talk about though. That India Love chick. I ain't gonna cap, that bitch bad. But her character, from what I seen, shit that I heard, she's just a bop. Just a pretty bop. And it's like a bitch like that, ain't nothing you can do but just use her for sex, you know what I mean? But nah, she came up, she talking about she don't want to be a hoe no more. In other words, what the bitch is basically saying is she don't want to be a hoe no more. She don't want to be a street bitch no more. She don't want to be a street hoe no more. That's what came up from India Love. Now, once again, I gotta be the guy to bring the bad news. Because a bitch like that obviously gets lied to because she's so pretty. So niggas just gonna say whatever. So I gotta be the one to step in and just be honest and tell the truth. Bad bitch like that, she talking about she don't want to be a hoe no more. She wants to settle down and be a wife. See, typical dumb black bitch shit. Can't go from being a street bitch that got fucked by a million niggas like she has, from what I understand. Can't be a bitch with that kind of background, but yet you want to bypass all of that and act like that shit don't matter, when I've been telling you hoes for the longest that being promiscuous is unhealthy for a woman, but you hoes don't want to listen, right? And then expect to go from that to go into this woman that a man could take serious and turn into like a wife or like a serious girlfriend, long-term girlfriend. Women that are promiscuous are not eligible for that. Women that have a background are not eligible for that shit. And India Love, unfortunately, is one of those girls. It's just the facts. She gonna find dudes that wanna fuck with her because she's a bad bitch, and I understand that. I would fuck with her for sex. Because again, this type of shit is important for guys to know. Some of you young guys might not know this shit. When a woman has a high body count, she's not girlfriend material. She don't qualify for that shit. Definitely not wife material. Definitely not a woman you want to have kids with. She's basically just a bop. If you're dealing with a bitch like that, bop. You're just fucking that bitch, getting your dick sucked by that bitch, and that's as far as it's going. The day she says no, she don't want to be a freak with you no more, that's the day you stop talking to her. That's your last day talking to her. And then you move on to another chick. That's how you treat a bitch like that. You cannot date a woman that has a promiscuous past. It's just reality. And then she's a street bitch, the bitch ghetto. Once a bitch give her life to the streets, like most of these black bitches do, she's forever going to be a piece of shit of woman. It's over with. The best thing a woman could do is never give her life to the streets. Stay a square and don't get caught up in that. she bypassed that and do the street shit, now she a street bitch, she's always going to be a piece of shit a woman. It's just facts. That's just the truth. Whether people want to hear this shit or not. It is what it is. She's always going to be that ghetto ass female, ratchet bitch. And she going to be just living life like that. You know? It's just reality. It's kind of like when a bitch does sex work. Like a corn star. She put herself out there like that. No man in his right mind is going to take her serious. Now, check this out. India Love look good. She's a baddie, right? So there's going to be a guy out there that's going to be stupid enough to like deal with her. But peep game. When girls that are promiscuous and girls that are like ex-workers, sex workers, when they find guys to date them despite their past, typically what happens is it don't work out, or it works out, but it's like a dysfunctional, weird, unhealthy relationship. Because here's the thing, and here's what they're not telling you, but this is actually true. Women do not respect men that would date a girl like that. Women don't respect that. A guy that would date a sex worker, or a guy that would date a girl that's like a street bitch, she's a hoe, women low-key don't respect guys that would do that. They think if a woman knew you was a guy that would date a girl like that, she would think you're a fucking weirdo. She would think you're a lame. Like, she'll think something's wrong with you. And she'll kind of like lose attraction to you. I'm telling y'all right now, some of y'all probably think I'm bullshitting. Let a bitch find out that, my ex-girlfriend is a girl that used to do adult films. Let a girl find out you used to actually date a girl like that. Not just smashing a girl, that was your actual girlfriend. She's going to think something's wrong with you. Straight up. She's going to think something's wrong with you. Like, y'all know that white dude with the tattoos? He be letting this girl do adult films with other dudes. With, what's his name? I forgot his name. I ain't going to cap. His wife, Leonard the Plug, her husband, that dude. Everybody thinks that dude's a fucking weirdo. Nobody really likes that dude. That's literally how women, and I'm talking about women that feel this way about this dude. That's literally what women think about guys that are stupid enough to date a girl that's a sex worker or a girl that's a fucking street bitch. They think something wrong with you. Cause everybody knows, even women know this shit. It's just women gotta do that bullshit because they're the ones in the hot seat on these issues. So they want to say that bullshit, but in the back of their minds, they know what? Everybody knows that women like that are not girlfriend material. So you're a fucking idiot or something's just completely wrong with you as a man if you're dating a bitch like that. See, India Love, I don't know about no sex work shit. I suspect she done sold some pussy before, but she's promiscuous. You know, from what I'm hearing and from what I found out, she fucked a lot of guys. And women like that, it's a wrap. Bitch got a high body count, it's over with. Best girls to date are girls with little to no body count. And that's just real. You want an actual girlfriend where it's like a real relationship, no stupid shit, get you a bitch, if possible. Keywords, if possible. Because remember, the day and time we live in is basically fuck fest out here. So if possible, find you a bitch that got a little to no body count, if possible. That's the best girl to date. She got a high body count, she did this, that, and the third, you can't date her. The best you can do, talk to her and try to fuck her. That's it. You're not taking her serious, but you like entertain her and shit, but you're not taking her serious. And then when she's not fucking no more, that's when you stop talking to her. That's the best you can do with a chick like India Love. You dig? Unless this bitch meets a guy that's stupid enough to take her serious, given her reputation, she's going to end up like Melissa Ford. And I fuck with Melissa Ford. I ain't going to cap. So I ain't going to disrespect Melissa Ford, call her out her name and shit. I ain't going to do that to her. Melissa Ford, Tracy Ellis Ross, she going to end up like them. Beautiful, older, but still beautiful, but just always single, never have a man. And doing interviews where you're talking that anti-man shit. Like them hoes do. That lame-ass feminist shit these bitches be doing. That's what India Love is going to end up like. Because ain't nobody going to date no bitch like this for real, for real. They going to just knock her off, keep it moving. Like, you fucked the game up by doing two things. Promiscuous and being a street bitch. Because I told you, once a bitch give her life to being a street bitch, she's done. Finito. Finished. Stick a fork in the bitch like that. It's over with. Ain't nothing you can do with a street bitch. She commit her life to that shit, it's a wrap. Most black bitches give their life to being a street bitch. It's over with. Any bitch for that matter give her life to the streets, it's a wrap. That's just facts. You know, like if a white bitch give her life to the streets, white bitch ain't shit. Mexican bitch give her life to the streets, Mexican bitch ain't shit. If an Indian bitch, nigga, give her life to the streets, Indian bitch ain't shit. So really any woman. I single out black women when it comes to that because it's mainly black women that be giving their life to the streets. That's why I single out black women. That's usually who be doing that shit. You dig? It's over with, nigga. A bitch do some shit like that, nigga, she's done. Kiss that bitch goodbye. And India Love made that mistake. I listened to an interview she did and I listened to how she was talking. Ghetto bitch. Ghetto bitch. You're talking to a guy that knows black women like the back of my fucking hand. I know these bitches, bro. I heard that bitch spit 2 sentences. Ghetto bitch. Hood rat bitch. She look good. Bad bitch. Bitch got beauty on lock. I'll give her that. Other than that, ghetto bitch, poor character. Ain't nothing you can do with a bitch like that. Pass around hoe. Stick dick in that bitch mouth. Bust nuts on that bitch face. Keep it moving. That's the kind of bitch she is. You know, it is what it is. Everybody know it. A lot of niggas is simps. You single mother raised niggas that would take a bitch like that serious. Y'all fuck the game up. But you know what it is. But like I said, she talking about she want to be a wife and shit. Like I said, unless she meets a guy that's just fucking retarded and brain dead, it's going to be tough sledding for that bitch. Because 2 things, like I said, you a street bitch and your body count is too high. It's over with. We can fuck. You can suck my dick. But as far as you being my real girlfriend, I have to decline. That's reserved for a chick that don't got that kind of background. A bitch that's not a street bitch. A bitch that don't got a high body count. That's who's going to be the one I date and take serious. So, a lot of you hoes do yourself a disservice by embracing that lifestyle. Y'all fuck the game up. It's just like a bitch that do corn. It's a wrap. Put your face on camera doing that shit, it's over with. Over with. You should have been private with that shit with your boyfriend. But nah, you hoes want to be all over the place. It's a wrap. The thing that's frustrating about all this, though, is these bitches that are going down that path, that are doing this shit, they want guys to take them serious. Because what they're doing is they're relying on guys to be simps for them. Instead of using common sense and saying, hey, man, this bitch got a bad background. I ain't taking her serious. They don't want guys to do that. They want guys to make that bad mistake. Like, okay, she fucked all the dope boys and all the gang members, but I still love her. They want guys to be stupid and do shit like that. Yeah, that's what they're looking for. Like India Love, I can tell. She's looking for a nigga that's going to overlook the fact that she done fucked all these hood niggas, all these hood rappers, and she did all this hoe shit. She's looking for a guy to say, oh, that's okay. I still love her and want to be with her. And basically give this bitch the world. She's looking for a nigga that's dumb enough to do that. And I'm going to be honest, based on her beauty, it's a long shot, but it's a possibility she just might find a nigga dumb enough to do that based on her beauty. It's a long shot because a lot of niggas is waking up nowadays. It's just a few niggas is not. But one of them few niggas that's not, she just might find a nigga like that. We can't rule that shit out. We cannot rule that shit out. Because that's a problem in the black community. Some of these black men are choosing poorly in women. What we're trying to do over here is we're trying to encourage black men to pick better women. You dig? Don't date another man's baby mama. Don't date a girl that has a bad background. Don't date a girl that has bad behavior. Don't date a girl that's ghetto. Don't date a girl that's fucked too many dudes. We're trying to convince the younger black men to not date women like that. That's what we do over here, as well as the other content that we do. We're trying to get that down. You know, A lot of guys listen to me, some guys don't. But I'm trying to break through and get the guys that don't listen to me to listen to me. Because, bro, dating a hood bitch that fucked 100 niggas, she's not girlfriend material. Trying to convince young black men to not date women like that. Because some of you niggas is dumb as fuck and would date a bitch like that. So we're trying to rewire the brain, if you will. You know. And because, you know, and the reason why that's important is because these type of women that I'm talking about, they greatly contribute to why the black community is so fucked up. That's why it's important. Women like India Love and Summer Walker, those type of black women, they greatly contribute to why the black community is so bad. That's why it's important to treat them hoes like bops and not take them serious. Instead of being the stupid guy that would take a bitch like that serious. We're trying to get black men to not do shit like that. Because that's not where it's at. And that's what we're trying to do out here. You know. Because I told you, like I'm telling you, the majority of the problems in the black community stem from the dysfunctional ways of black women. I know everybody wants to blame black men. I understand that. Black men are easy to blame. I get all that. But the truth, black women and their dysfunctional behavior plays a huge role, and it's like damn near 95% responsible for all this fuck shit you see going on in the black community. People like to try to skim through that or sweep that under the rug, but that's the actual truth. You know, so it just is what it is. So it's important for younger black men to get game on why you shouldn't date women like that. Like I said, if you're talking to a chick like that for sex and that's all you're doing, you're wearing condoms, you're not getting her pregnant, you're just fucking her and you're moving around, I understand. Because I would fuck her. I would fuck India Love if I had the opportunity. But would I take her serious? See, there's a difference. Talking to a chick for sex and taking a bitch serious are two different things. I would never take a bitch like India Love serious. But I would fuck her. So, yeah, and that's just having sex, me being a man. So, I'm pretty sure y'all can understand that. But yeah, man. So, ladies, this is for the ladies right here. Ladies that are listening to this. Think twice before you give yourself to the streets, and think twice before you be promiscuous. Because if you do those two things, it's going to disqualify you from being taken serious. Unless you luck up and you meet a guy that's dumb enough to take you serious with that kind of background. So understand that. You can't be a street bitch and a hoe on top of that, and you want a man to overlook all that and date you and take you serious. You're going to have to rely on getting lucky instead of just actually finding a guy. Because girls that do that type of shit, street bitches, bitches that are promiscuous, sex workers, the ones that actually do got boyfriends, they got lucky. You dig? But you shouldn't, as a woman, especially a beautiful woman, you shouldn't have to get lucky to find a guy to date you seriously. You should be able to just do that. Kind of like a guy. You should be able to just meet bitches and talk to them. You meet 100 bitches, you should be able to fuck some of them. And it shouldn't be because you got lucky. Right? Apply that same logic to women. Especially a beautiful woman. Like, take Melissa Ford for an example. She should be able to easily find a guy to date her and be in a happy relationship. You know what it is? Melissa Ford most likely has a promiscuous past. When she was in her prime, most likely she fucked a lot of guys. So she can't pair bond. Same thing with Tracy Ellis Ross. And same thing with any other beautiful woman that's like of a certain age but just always single. You dig? And that's just reality. So, you know, it is what it is. India Love is she's a bad bitch. Like I said, bitch got beauty on lock. She bad. But unfortunately, her character disqualifies her from being took seriously from a romantic perspective. So all I can do, stick dick to her and send her on her way. That's pretty much it. Got to get a bitch that don't got that kind of background. So the search continues, fellas. And for you ladies, don't be a street bitch and don't be a hoe. If that makes sense to y'all. Hopefully it does. But yeah, Solidus-T about to sign out. So y'all stay sharp out here, man. I'm gonna let y'all go. So just want to kick that with y'all. I got more shit coming as usual, so stay tuned. Yeah, I'll get back.